Hello friends, Kathy Clement with Kathy by Design. Before we get started, I want to go over what comes in your November kit for the 2023 Life Captured Quarterly Club. So this is a nice big stack of goodies, so just hang with me. We're going to go through this. You're going to get the January Life Captured 12 by 12. You're going to get from the 6 by 8 this quad with the flowers on the back and the Life Captured camera with the cameras on the back. You're going to get 2 sheets of mint textured cardstock, a sheet of coral, and a sheet of peacock. You're going to also get this Let's Go on Our Way paper, and also this Howdy Out Yonder paper. Okay. Then for February, you're going to get the February Life Captured. You're going to get the potted plants and this random heart peacock diamond grid. You're going to get a navy textured cardstock and a tomato textured cardstock. You're going to get from Summer Lovin' the denim gingham. You're going to get the America the Beautiful All-American. For March, you're going to get the March Life Captured 12 by 12. You're going to get the Simple Stories Let's Get Crafty. This is Make Pretty Stuff. You're going to get Let's Go, the 4 by 6 elements. You're going to get green textured cardstock and apricot textured cardstock. The Office Supply 6 by 8. You're going to get 2 of those. And then you're also going to get your sticker sheet, which we're going to use throughout the course of the year. So you'll pull this out every time we do a kit. Then for your embellishments, you're going to get this great polka dot potted plant frame. You're going to get these 3 tags. You're going to get the Heidi Swap little Polaroid frame embellishments. You're going to get 10 yards of this hemp twine. And we won't use all of this time. What we don't use, set aside for next time. You're going to get this AC Crafts party group of trims, a bag of flowers. You're going to get the Today ephemera piece, these 3 tabs. You're going to get 10 of these wooden floral buttons, and they'll all be mix and match. So everybody will have something a little different. You're going to get a key and 3 charms, and again, mix and match, and then these great gold paper clips. So that's the kit. Now that you know what you've got in your kit, we can go ahead and get started. Just a couple of quick things before we get started. Number one, all my measurements are always given width by height. So think 8.5 by 11 paper. So the width by the height. The other thing is save all your scraps and always cut from scraps first if possible. This just helps our paper go the longest way. But I even save little pieces like this branding strip. So the only other thing you're going to need to add to your kit is your adhesive of choice. You're going to need a scoring tool, a bone folder, and some score tape. We're not going to be inking any edges. We're not using any foam tape. It's all just real straightforward this time. So locate your 12 by 12 piece of peacock cardstock. And the first thing you're going to do is make a cut at 8.5 so that you have an 8.5 by 12 inch piece. Then you've got this 3 3/4 inch piece left with the branding strip on. Trim this also to an 8 1/4 inch panel and cut off the branding strip, but save it because we'll use it. And then keep this little piece because we can turn this into a pocket and leave the branding strip on this piece. Now that you've got your 2 paper panels cut, take the larger piece, and with it laying dotted side down, you're going to come in on the left-hand side. You're going to run a piece of score tape down this left-hand side. And remember, with score tape, this is 1/4 inch score tape. You always have to burnish. Remove the liner. Now come in with your 3 3/4 inch piece and line it up using that score tape as a guide to help you get everything nice and straight. So now you've got this big long piece. Bring in your scoring tool. Lay your paper down on your scoring tool. I want you to score at 3 1/4, 3 3/4, 10, and 10 1/2. Then fold on your scored lines and burnish it down. And this is your folio base. And by adding the paper on the left-hand side, you end up with no seam on your front flap. The seam actually becomes part of the spine, so no one ever notices it. So that's how you do your folio base. And this is how you will do it each and every time for all 3. So if you need to refer back to this part of the video to see this again, you can. Now I'm going to show you how to cut up your liner pieces for your folio. And once again, you're going to make 1 straight cut at 8. This time it is at 8 1/8 inches. Okay. So from this, you're going to cut a 6 1/8 piece. And you're going to go ahead and cut this at 8. Your offcut, cut it at 8 1/8 inches. You're going to cut a 3 1/8 by 8 1/8 inch piece. This piece is going to stay just as it is. And then you've got this small piece that is just about 3. I'm going to cut 4 3/8 by 8 1/8 inch pieces. So these are going to be your spines. So there's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And there's 4. And then this little piece will fill in the gap on the left-hand side of your folio. And then save this little piece. We'll do something fun with it. To line your folio, you're going to do this. First, cut a 3 1/8 by 8 1/8. Then cut a 6 1/8 by 8 1/8. Then you'll have a piece left over. And from that, you're going to glue down this 3 7/8 by 8 1/8. And then you'll still have a piece left over, and you're going to cut your 3/8 inch by 8 1/8 inch spines. And this is just going to strengthen everything. And then with this little tiny offcut, you're just going to come in and fill in the gap over here. And this is the way we will build all the folios in this quarter. So you'll do the same procedure for February and March using the solids that are in there for that. All right, so there we go. There's our first folio. Locate your 6 by 8 camera sheet. And I turned mine upside down and I scored it at 5 and 5 1/2. It was just easier for me to do it that way. So that gives you this little spine piece when you fold it. So I'm not doing any inking on this paper because it's very modern and I don't think it calls for inking. So what we're going to do is glue this down. And I'm making sure that I get plenty of adhesive on that 1/2 inch spine area. And if you want to use the life captured side instead of the cameras, you certainly may. So I'm just going to line this up. Get my spine sealed down first. Oops. And just burnish this down. All right. And that strengthens that folio spine that much more. So there's that part. Now locate your 12 by 12 piece of On Our Way, Let's Go, and cut it to 12 inches by 8 inches. Set this part aside. Trim this part to a width of 10 inches and set this aside, and then score this piece at 3 1/4 and 3 3/4 and fold so it looks like this. Bring in your folio, put adhesive on the spine, just on the spine. Okay. And line it up with your spine. Just like that. And now you can come in and you can adhere the rest of it down. This makes a really good, sturdy folio base. I'm actually going to trim this off just a hair. I'm just going to take off about an 1/8 of an inch to make sure that we clear that spine. Yeah, that looks much better. So you may be wondering why we're building the box last this time, and that is because I want to make sure we have all the room we need for these little folios so that when they go on display, they're not crowded and they look really great. All right. So just fold this along the spine again. There we go. So that's our front. Look how cute. That's adorable. Now pull out your 12 by 12 sheet of your January paper, cut this bottom row off, and take this January calendar piece. And now take your polka dot frame, and we're going to lay this in there at an angle, so it looks like that, and we're going to glue it down on the back. So just lift. Okay, and I know you've got gaps. We're going to take care of that. Remember that piece of peacock that we cut with the branding strip on it that I told you to save? We're going to take this, place our adhesive on it, and we're going to glue it down over the back of our frame to fill in all the gaps. And then find your cute tab. And one of your paper clips. Put it over it like this. Put a piece of foam tape along the bottom. Press it down just like that. That's so cute. Then thread one of your little buttons and glue it onto your tab. Bring in your cover. We want to line this up right about here. So I'm just going to make a little pencil mark. This is how I keep myself from getting in trouble. Once I've got this positioned where I like it to be, which is right here, I'm just going to make a light pencil mark like that. And you can barely see it, but it lets me know not to put adhesive beyond that point. All right. Just line this up. Press it down. All right, pull out a few of your pink flowers, and we're just going to use a stylus. If you don't have a stylus, you can use a dowel or anything round on the end like this to shape. And we're just going to kind of randomly shape these petals. We want them to look a little bit funky. We're just trying to get some good dimension. And then you come into the center and you just go around and around the center, and it kind of lifts them. Same thing here, go into the center. Take your adhesive, put it in the center. Stagger the petals. Press it down in. And I think maybe one more layer that comes. Let's take this one, let's make this one go all up. All right. I just want to stagger my petals. Press this in. I'm going to take my little button and thread it with some of our twine. Put this one right down in the center, just like that. And you can kind of scrunch it up so it's not so perfect looking. There you go, that's a cute flower. Then take one of your Heidi Swap frames and take your Today ephemera piece. Place adhesive on the back. Fit it in there. Where this is sticking out on the side, I'm just going to take my scissor and trim. Then I'm going to take this black and white twine, and we want to leave a little tail hanging off over on the left hand side. It looks like about 6 inches. And then just wrap this a few times. Cut out another 6 inches. Oh, that raveled. Let's take our little butterfly charm. Oh. Going to put a dot of glue on that knot. I will dry clear, but it will keep it from coming unraveled. Bring in my folio, and this is going to glue down. Right here. Just like that. Cool paper clip right there. Then our flower can go right here. There we go. All right, let's do this page over here. We're going to turn this into a pocket. So from your floral paper, trim off the branding strip, and that's going to leave you with a 4 by 8 inch piece of this patterned paper. Go ahead and glue this down. Center that up. And then you've got this little scrap left from when we did the cover. And I'll tell you what the measurement is. It's just a scrap I found on my desk. For this, we are going to use the plus side, and this is just a hair over 2 inches by 8 inches. And I took some of our branding strips left from cutting our page liners, and I've scored them in half to make these little gussets. So with a gusset, you put the folded edge against the cut edge of your paper. And this one is 8 inches. These are just under 2. And you can use whatever scrap you have. That's the beauty of it. And you want to line it up with the edge of your paper, but you don't want to go over the edge. Oops. Then I have one more. And the beauty of a gusset is you get the full width of your pocket. You don't lose any of the room in that pocket for okay. So I'm just going to trim this outside corner. This folds up. These fold in. You put your adhesive on there. It's a little bit easier when you use 1 inch wide paper, but this was such nice strong paper. I hated to throw it away. And this is one of the things that you can do to really stretch your product. All right, so line this up. Just like that. And burnish it down. Look how pretty that is. Now in the center, we've got this floral, and then you also have this plaid. So I want you to cut the plaid into 2 12-inch by 6-inch strips, and we're going to join this together. I'm overlapping. Now bring in your scoring tool. Score this every 5 3/4 inches. So 5 3/4 and fold. 5 3/4 and fold. And 5 3/4 and fold. And 5 3/4. Okay. So fold this little short flap back. Actually fold it this way. And we're right side up. Bring in your floral paper. Wrap that flap around the back, press it down. I've got this cute little bundle. Line our floral paper up. Look how fun that is, guys. So you've got this great pull-out for all kinds of pictures, journaling. That's really fun. So I took this other little scrap that we had left that had the branding strip on the bottom, and I scored it and then added a couple of little gussets. We're just going to make a little pocket. To go on our front cover here. And I know it's off center, but I have a plan. You go into your cute trims and find this little banner. This is so adorable. I want you to put adhesive right here. Part away to use later. These all go on the way they're supposed to. There we go. Glue that one down there. And just put a little dab of adhesive back behind each one to kind of hold them in place. That is so cute. All right. And it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It's actually cuter if it's a little bit. Let's just add a couple of finishing details here. Behind our pullout, I put life captured. You've got room for a great big picture here. We're not really going to do anything to this part of the pullout page. I might just cut a little to go here to cover up the joint, and the same thing over here out of our mint green. Just because I like to keep everything neat and tidy. To cover up the joints in our pull out, we're going to cut two 5 5/8 by 5 5/8 pieces of our mint. And I'm putting the plain side up because we have plenty of pattern going on here. And I'm just going to flip over to this page where you can see the other joint. And this one I'm going to use the pattern side. So it gives you lots of good room for photos. That brings us to our pocket. And you've got two more 3x4 images. Take the clipboard and cut a 3 3/4 by 12-inch piece of your coral. And glue that down. And then this is eight 3/4 by 4 1/4. And that's for this 1 2 3 4 piece. I'm just going to go right here. Bring our scoring tool in. We're going to score at 3 1/4 and 6.5. So this will fold in, and this folds in, and there's one little folio, and then bring in your other one, and you're going to score it 4 1/4 and 8.5. And this folds up, and this folds down, and there's your other little folio. And then these will both tuck into this pocket, just like that. Super cute. Okay. So over here, I've cut out these 3x4s, and I left the branding strip on. And we're just going to score along that branding strip and fold. And I think I want 24/7 down there first. Excuse me if I get my head in the way. I just want to make sure I'm straight. And then today is your day underneath that. Oops. So can you say I just folded this in half? And then we're just going to glue this down. Right along here. Take this cute Heidi swap. So you can see I just trimmed around that. That's just going to be a cute little... Oh, I actually like the floral. You can use whichever side you like. Go back and trim. You can see I added a little button to the bottom of our waterfall feature. Little 2 feature waterfall journaling spot here. This is folded in half, our Heidi swap frame here. I put a little sticker here, and the way this works is this edge just tucks under the button and holds that in place. So that finishes January. Now go ahead and build your February and March folios. For the February folio, you're going to use this blue to create your base, and then you're going to line it with this red, okay? All right, guys, now that you've got your February folio built and lined with the red, and our spines are in place, cut a 6 by 8 inch piece, just like we did last time, of this paisley. Put your adhesive on it, score the spine at 5 and 5.5, and just wrap it around just like we did last time. Okay, just like that. Now find your potted plants paper and score 3 1/4 inches from the left, and then score in a 1/2 inch spine. And once again, oops, We're going to put our adhesive on our spine piece first. It just helps us make sure we get a good fit. Burnish that down, and then come in and then you'll have a little strip of this plaid left over. Go ahead and just glue it down like this. Okay. You can either do the plaid or you can do the paisley. I think I'll do the paisley now that I think about it. And then burnish that down. So there's our cover all done. Let's go ahead and work on the inside of this folio first. I think it's a little easier, it's a little less awkward. So from your February sheet, cut out these 2 cards that have the branding strip at the top and score along your branding strip just like we did last time. Fold this back. I'm keeping these real simple so that you can make them like in an afternoon. It's kind of nice in the wintertime to have a project that you can sit down and just knock out. So these go on this inside flap. And then this one lines up underneath it. Like that. Also, from your cut apart sheet, find this "You Are Loved" and this little tab. And this is going to glue down right here. This opens out like this. So to finish this off, I've just added a little button right here, the little ampersand, and the envelope and writing utensils, the word moment. So beautiful moments. So there's our little waterfall page. Then in the center, find your 6x8 with all the hearts. Take your denim and gingham page, cut it into 2 6-inch pieces, overlap them, and score every 5 3/4 inches like we did last time. And then, let me see, how do we want to do this? Yeah, then just wrap this flap. See how cute that is together? These are unusual colors for February, but I find I'm really liking them. So glue that back. And then center this up in our center panel. And then find this piece of the red that's left and add some gussets, just like we did. Make another little pocket. Put this down right here. This goes on top of the pocket. I trimmed this down a little bit to fit just off the top and the bottom. This is just a little scrap of the paisley to go right here. Okay. Find your little banner. Get this one down. Okay. And of course, come back and put a dot behind each one just so that they don't flip around. All right. I've added some of the word stickers to our tag. And then in the pocket, we did just like we did last time. This one is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. And then you just score it every 3 1/4 inches. And then this one is 3 1/4 by 12. And you just score it every 4 1/4 inches. So there are your 2 little folios to fit in this pocket. In here, let's take Love Today, and let's add this butterfly up here. And then that gives us a nice little frame. Then over here on the left, cut this panel of the plaid. This is 3 1/4 by 8. And put this down right here. Oops, straight's good. And then this is the opposite side, and this is 2 inches by 8 inches. And I prepared some gussets, just like we did last time. Go into your sticker sheet and find the hearts. Okay. And then in this pocket are 2 4x6. This one I left the heart branding strip on. And then February goes in there. That finishes the inside. Let's close this. This is so cute. On your trims, you've got this little scalloped bit. I want you to take adhesive and put it on the back of your folio, back of your 3x4. And then just line this up like a border. Dress this up a little bit. Same thing here. It's really cute. All right, save this little piece. We might use it for something. Go into your sticker sheet. And there's little hearts. So you can just take some little hearts and put them in the corners. This time, I want this up high. Like this. Actually, it looks really, really cute. Then we've got our flower, just like we made it last time, only this time we're using blue. And this is going to go right here. And then let's take this little scrap. I ran it right around the spine. It's a perfect fit. Let's put the good life right here. All right, so that's good. Now we've got this part. And take another one of your little, this time I've got scraps from the January folio. I have to do it this way. Forget. You want to make sure the branding strip is on the bottom, because otherwise it'll show. And take your adhesive. Take follow your heart. Okay, I'm just going to wrap this with some twine. Come in with your little cupcake charm. So cute. All right. A little bit of glue on that knot. Follow your heart. A little tab across the top. Find your red tag, and I've cut a 2 1/4 by 4-inch piece of our plaid paper. We're going to glue this on here. Fold this in half. Run it through. Tie a knot, and then trim the top. Lift this. I want to put this tag here, and then put this here, just like that. And take this sweet little pink typewriter. All right, that finishes up this folio for February. So cute. So now go ahead and build your March folio with the green and the coral. And you can, or it's apricot, I'm sorry. You can line it with the apricot and build it with the green, just like we did with these last two. Okay, here we are with our final folio. This is March, and you've built your base and lined it with your apricot, and just like as we did in the others. And then on the cover, take your 6x8 of the office supplies, and I like to turn mine upside down. You can do it however you want. I score it 5 and 5 1/2, and then I just glue that down. Then I cut an 8 by 9 3/4 inch piece of this kind of apricot grid paper, and scored it at 3 1/4 and 3 1/2, and glued it down to cover the rest of the cover. When you cut your grid paper, I almost forgot this. You know how you cut it at 8 and then you have a strip left over? When you cut the leftover strip, cut your 8-inch piece here so that you have this cute little VW bus, because I want to fussy cut this and use it as an embellishment in our, it just goes so well with this month. We're going to do our pull-out page here in the center. And for this, take your sheet of the floral. This is, I forget the name of this one, but it has the green flowers, green and coral flowers on the back. And when you join this together, join the floral panel to the right-hand side of the other panel. And then do your score every 5 3/4 inches. This time, your flap is going to be on the right. And we're going to glue this down. Wait till you see how pretty this looks together. It's really nice. We're going to glue this on the right-hand side of our 6x8 panel. And this is the other piece of the 6x8. It has the office supplies on the back. Okay? And then we're just going to glue this whole assembly down in our center panel. Having glue bottle issues here. So bring your folio in. Just line this up. Look how cute that is. You know, these are not colors that I would ever normally choose to work with, but I find I am really loving the way they look. I just think they're really cute. All right, so you should have a piece of this. I kind of hate to cover this up. It's so cute. So I think what I want to do is put my pocket underneath this time, just because I love how that looks. It's so good. So let's change it up just a little bit. I've taken my piece of the green and I've added my gussets to the back, and this time we're going to put our pocket down inside like this. So there's our pocket, and then for a sticker, let's take our stack of books and put them up here in the corner. Noteworthy. And put it right across there. So you can still get a little picture in here. Honestly, you have so much room for pictures in these, it's not a problem. All right, so let's finish up this little pocket. We've trimmed down our days of the week. We're going to glue that down. Then I trimmed the branding strip off of the Let's Go with the VW bus, and I trimmed it to the height, which is, hold on, I just marked mine with a pencil, but I know some of you really are uncomfortable if we don't measure. So it's just a hair above 3.5, like even my ruler could be off, because you know, different rulers measure differently. So if you go 3.5, you should be just fine. So put that down right there. And then to go into our pocket, we had to get a little creative this time. I had this little scrap of the coral left over from the February, and I just put my 3x4 on this and scored it in half. So that's going to go in our pocket. And then find that cute VW bus, and you're going to trim it down to 2.5 by 3.25. And I had this little piece of the mint left that I trimmed it down to 2 3/4. And we're going to glue this down. This will make a great little journaling spot or a fun place to put little photo booth sized photos. So I'm going to move this up so that I can score just above it, and then fold, and then score, and fold, and then score. So this is going to go like a nice little bundle. See, it's going to pull out like this, and then you've got all this room inside for journaling and such. So that's kind of fun. Bring in our sticker sheet, and let's take For the Record, because this is a great little mini journal. Put that right there. And then this goes in the pocket. This is so cute. Let's take the Good Life sticker, the coffee mug, and the pencil. And let's put this right here. Just like that. So that finishes the center panel. Over here, here's the other part. See, this is that strip that's left, right? After you cut the cover. So I just cut my 8 inches from here so I could save the little VW bus. And we're going to actually glue the patterned side down. Just like this. I like the way that looks. I think it's neat. And then we're just going to make our gusseted pocket. We have one little piece of our banner left. And this time, I want to string it on our pocket because we can. So let's put a dot of glue right here. Tell you what, this guy likes to flip. Let's put a dot of glue right here. And make sure I'm in frame here. Dot of glue right there, and then you go back and put glue underneath each one. And take these office supplies. Put them right down there. Yeah, and let's put the globe right here. Okay, look how cute that is. That's adorable. And at the top, let's take this little binder clip and put it right here. A little pen. Pencil sharpener. Okay. Put this cute camera here. and take the word Dream Chaser and put it down here in this corner. Okay. And that brings us over here, and cut out your 2 3x4s that have the branding strip on the top. Score along the branding strip. You should have this down pat now. It's kind of nice to do the same thing over and over again because you really get it implanted in your brain. So this is going to go right here. And then this one is going to go right below it. Just like that. And then we've got a button. Let's put it, make sure I got that right here. Then find these 2 3x4s and fold them in half. This is the coffee cup and the little clipboard page. And we're just going to glue these down at the bottom just like we've been doing. And a bit of an angle like that, and then go into your stickers and get the lamp and the potted plant and this sticker that says little details, and put that down like that. Take your product packaging that the ribbon was on and trim out a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch panel of this. And then put a paper clip on your March 3x4. And glue this down. Find your little tab. Slip it back behind like this. Find your dragonfly. So I want my bow to be on the right, so I'm going to leave my extra piece over here on the right. I'm just going to wrap this 2, 3. You see that? There we go. Then take our dragonfly. This is really cute for March. Tie a little bow. There we go. A little glue on there to hold the knot. I'm going to take my paper clip and actually do it over the twine because I think it'll show better. Like that. See? And then my button's going to go right here. this. That turned out really cute. Now bring in another one of these little Heidi Swap guys. And I just want to glue grid paper on the top. And on the bottom. Now take this big old pink flower. Sorry guys, I get tickled when things are cute. And glue it right in between these two panels. So just like this. How cute is that? Take one of our paper clips. Stick it up there. Bring in our folio. And we're going to put the flower just like this at the top. Then we're going to take our March and we're going to glue it down. And you can see I added some, dressed it up a little with some stickers. So what I've done is I've just lined this up with our coffee cup that's on the back. So added the pencil, the little push pin, a little heart. So that is super cute. Let's take this word that says love today. And put it down just like that. I'm going to put a little glue back behind our tab just to make it stay where I want it to stay. There we go. All right, and then we have one more of these little Heidi Swap dudes. And these measure, I forget, I think they're 2 1/4 by 3. Okay, 2 1/2 by 3. Oops. And we have this one image left. So we're going to trim this out just very quickly. Don't bother with the bow on the top because it's not going to show. Okay, I want to trim a little more off the top. Perfect. So glue this inside. Come in with your last little piece of baker's twine and wrap it around the top. I think we can only go twice this time. And I've got this great vintage key. Let's see if you can get this on there. There we go. And that looks really cute. I'm going to leave that long. I kind of like it. If I change my mind, I can always trim it later. So that goes there. Got this cute camera. Put it right there. And take documented and put it across the top. Okay, take one of our paper clips and add it right here. That's cute, y'all. All right. Tell you what, I'm going to put just a dot of hot glue down to hold that bow in place because it's heavy and it wants to, the key is heavy and it wants to pull everything down. So there we go. And then let's put this right here, just like that. Right there. And I used hot glue this time. And I took this little word, remember. Okay. All finished. So cute. I really like these, you guys. They're fun and fresh, cheerful. They're the perfect size for keeping on your desk. And when we get the box all built to store them in, I think you're going to really love it. All right, guys, that's it for me. Kathy Clement, Kathy by Design for the Button Farm Club. That wraps up our first quarter 2023 Life Captured Folios. I'll be back in, I think it's February, with the next set. Okay, guys, go get your craft on. Bye.